Today we'll be doing yet another BattleTech unboxing video for the reinforcement set. Welcome back, folks, and welcome to any of you new reviewers out there. Today we'll be unboxing the BattleTech Reinforcements Clan Invasion set that I mentioned in one of the previous videos, which will be linked somewhere up over in here. These, as you're about to see, are the cardboard standees and a few other little extras. So let's get to opening, shall we? First, the box itself, as you can see. This is part of the overall image that makes up the cover of the Clan Invasion box set. The normal retail version, not the Kickstarter version, should have a Mad Cat. This is part of the same overall image that is from. The sides are relatively nondescript, and then the back gives you a preview of what you're about to dive into. So here we go. Sure you have your handy dandy knife standing by to cut your way in through the cellophane. Now, I did not order this during the Kickstarter. It wasn't until afterwards that I acquired this. Not that that matters for any of this, but just so you know, this is available on the Catalyst website through their store. I don't know. I assume your game store can probably order it, but I don't know for certain. So let's see. Looks like we have something that kind of explains some of the units and some of the conditions. There's a map involved with this. Because this talks about gales, which I'm assuming are wind conditions. Yeah, wind conditions. Some kind of tokens. These are the vehicles that are going to be represented on some of the tokens. And then our credits. And then just some other items you can buy. Yeah, this is the master unit list that I've mentioned before. That's how you get the Alpha Strike stats for everything. They'll come in little cards, and you can print them all off together once you make a force. But it will also tell you faction availability, if you're curious about that, during the various eras. And it'll also show like the variants of the mechs. But it will not lead you to these stat sheets, which these are the complete ones, and there are a lot of them. This book has, let's see if it has a page number here. No, it does not. But as you can see, there's some thickness to this one, and it's not the only one. Here's the next one in line, and here's the third one. So, record sheets for all of these mechs. Yeah, that'll happen sometimes. It looks like there's a number, looking through here, there are variants listed. So, like this one right here is the Cougar, I believe. Yeah. So that's the Prime, the A. This is considerably easier when it's facing the right way.
It is facing the right way.
I mean, for me.
Audience is more important right now.
I know the audience is important, and the Cougar B. So then, like the Horned Owl, the Prime, and one of the variants, and so on and so forth. And it looks like these are set to go up by tonnage, so it ends with the Kodiak and the Stone Rhino. So yeah, the ever so fun Stone Rhino. So next up, we have some maps, which I believe from the advertisement are unique to this set. They're double-sized maps. So here's one of the two sides, other side. And the side I just showed you is called the Great Gash. And this side that is up is the, Plain of Curtains. So yes, normally the maps are this size, so this is a double-sized map here. And as far as I'm aware, this has not been put onto a game mat like a number of the other maps have thus far, as far as I'm aware.
And yet.
So now we get to the meat of the thing here. This is sheet A, and as with all of them, they are double-sided, so they depict the front and the back of the mech.
Also of note, the stand part's numbered. Other side.
Oh, yeah. Okay, in case you didn't hear Chad there, the stands are numbered, so that tells you which specific mech they should go to, because I imagine those have to correspond to the numbers that would be on the bottom if you had these in plastic, because there's a number on the bottom for those. So then here's the next sheet in line. These don't appear to be in any particular order because those were clan mechs and these are inner sphere mechs, plus the elementals. Those would be these guys here. Those are the armored infantry of the clans. The clans do also use regular infantry, but that's more for like policing actions. And here is the ever memeable urban mech in the pirate coloration. If you haven't seen it, there's a plush of this with this particular coloration. And then
Gen Con had a giant inflatable version of it up there.
Yes. If you look at our Gen Con coverage, we had pictures in there of the giant inflatable one, and here it is in a different paint scheme. So I imagine it's not the only one of these mechs that's repeated in here. Actually, yeah, just looking at this right here, there's the Marauder in 2 different paint schemes. There's the Warhammer in 2 different paint schemes, the Rifleman in 2 different paint schemes, the Archer in 2 different paint schemes. So yeah, these are duplicated, and as with all the others, the back side as well. And yeah, now that I actually take a closer look at the first sheet, they were duplicated there as well, it looks like. Or at the very least, yeah, the Daishi and the Thor definitely are. So then our next sheet in line, and here's where we get lots and lots of elementals, because you need lots and lots of these guys swarming over enemy battle mechs to tear into the cockpit and kill the pilot. And then you got some more inner sphere. Well, actually, this is a mix here. You've got your inner sphere mechs through here, and your clan mechs going around the outside. Actually, these are the ones from the 2 box sets. Now that I really look at this, these are the ones in the Game of Armored Combat, I believe. And these, well, yeah, these are the ones from the Game of Armored Combat. This is the one from the starter set that's not present here because it also has the Wolverine, the current version. It's about to change. And then these 5 mechs are the 5 in the clan starter set. And then it also comes with 2 of these guys. And then, as all the others, the back side is also has images. So then our next one in line here looks to be primarily all inner sphere mechs. These probably correspond to certain sets. Just kind of looking at them, they do look to be familiar groupings, but I don't have an encyclopedic memory of what's in which set, so I couldn't tell you for certain. But like I know these 3 are in the same box. I know these two are. Actually, I believe that's the set right there. So yeah, and these three I believe are in the same set together. So there's the ever popular Atlas. That is the Marauder 2, in case anyone's curious. I believe that's the Orion. That was General Alexander Kerensky's favorite mech. For you Lyran fans, there's a Zeus. The Hunchback, popular in urban warfare. Get up close and smash people with that cannon.
That one. The one with the...
Look out. Right off the top of my head, I'm not certain what that one is.
It's not Commando, is it?
I couldn't say. Also, I think I was mistaken. I think that is a clan mech. I think it's a pack hunter. Again, I don't have an absolute photographic memory of all the mechs, but I believe that one is a clan mech.
So, what is with this red, white, and blue paint scheme on this one and the Atlas up here?
Well, this I believe is one of the Davian Guard paint schemes. So that's probably who they're painted up to be modeled after. So far, I don't see a cohesive paint scheme among these. So I think a lot of these are meant to be mercenaries and just kind of cobbled together, kind of from the looks of things. And here's the next sheet. There's look to be a lot of clan mechs on this one. If you're your Stone Rhino, let's see, that's the Marauder 2C, the Turkina.
Top right corner, I believe, is the Cauldron Born or something like that.
Could be. Again, I'm even less knowledgeable on the clan mechs. There's a few that I know because I prefer to play them in some of the video games. But
there's a few I know simply because they look cool.
Then there's the back again. And our next set, these look to be back to a lot of Inner Sphere and Comstar mechs on this one. The white ones would be the Comstar mechs here. That's like your King Crab, the Black Knight, the Highlander, the Guillotine. I believe that's the Flashman.
What is this guy down here in red?
This one, hang on. I believe that's a Spider. It's a kind of zippy, jump capable guy. There's a variant from the Dark Age that actually has built-in wings. But this one, the actual plastic model, has like 6 jump jets on the back of it. You can very clearly make out. And there's a dragon, which would be for House Kirita typically. I'm not entirely certain what paint scheme that is on there. Yeah. And there's the back hit again. And then since they didn't replicate them on the existing sheet, here's another copy of one of those sheets but with everyone in different paint schemes. With our Atlas up here again, the Crusader, the Longbow, the Zeus, the Hunchback, the Victor, the Raven. I believe that's the Stalker, Marauder 2. And then again the backside. Likewise with the last set of clan mechs. Just an alternate paint scheme here. So some of these paint schemes look a little more familiar. Like these two, I believe, are painted up as Jade Falcon colors. Just by the look of them. And the back yet again. And this appears to be the last of the mechs. This was the one that had the Comstar mechs. You'll note they're in different paint schemes here. And again, the King Crab, the Black Knight, the Highlander, the Guillotine. Oh, Clan mech snuck in there. I believe that's the Kodiak.
Yeah, always, that'd be the Kodiak.
Always a favorite.
It just wants to give you a hug.
Yeah, a bear hug.
In case you guys are curious, the metal mini Ironwind Metals produces, it looks like it's running at you to give you a hug.
Then the last sheet is a little bit larger size, so I have to dig it out here. These are vehicles. So this is the Long Tom artillery, which is the cannon itself, plus the munitions in like a set of cars back behind it. Here is another one with a detached set of cars. It's a mobile headquarters, a MASH truck. That's a hospital truck for those of you who are far too young to have ever seen the show MASH. By the way, a little bit of TV trivia here. It takes place during the Korean War. The show lasted 3 times longer than the actual war lasted. So yeah, you got your supply caches, supply containers, field hospitals, flatbed trucks, and demolition charges, it looks like. Yeah, so essentially these are these will be like objective tokens in all likelihood, with the exception of the artillery and the mobile headquarters. Those would serve an actual purpose in the game itself.
So would the MASH truck?
Potentially the MASH truck would. Depends on how like granular you're going. As far as if you're concerned with actual individual pilots or not. And infantry. But no, the way the game can be played, I'm given to understand a lot of people play it in such a way that you won't actually have the artillery on the board anywhere. It's actually like off board somewhere over there. So you don't need miniatures to represent it. If it's on the board, that means mechs can directly attack it. Whereas if it's somewhere over there, the only thing that can hit it is the opponent's artillery, which is presumably somewhere over there. So, yeah. So these would be like objective tokens. Or if your artillery is actually on the field. Now the mobile headquarters, I think, would actually be on the field, I believe, and does something to your command or headquarter rating, which I don't know. I know slightly more about Alpha Strike on this one, and I think it has more to do with like revealing the map if you're playing double blind, things like that. So, and then the back is Diabolus tokens, which I assume was part of a scenario in that book that we looked at the very beginning. So
that looks like a sandstorm to me.
Yeah, probably. So there you have it, folks. If you're all interested, this, I don't know if it's going to include the train or not, or if it's just going to be the artillery, and this are for sure about to get plastic miniatures in the upcoming Kickstarter, the Mercenaries Kickstarter.
It needs to include the train and be detachable.
Yeah, I think they've already said that the artillery piece itself is a double hex piece, so it is at the very least the cannon. So anyway, these aren't the only artillery pieces in the game. There's a lot of smaller ones. Just the Long Tom's kind of the well-known one. And then farther in the timeline, you get things like the Arrow 4 missile system. And also, almost all these can be mounted on a battle mech if they have the right space and tonnage available. So that gives you a mech that you get mech speed, artillery power, fun stuff. So anyway, that is it for this box set. hopefully you enjoyed this video. And as with all the YouTube videos, you know, if you liked it, hit the like, subscribe, share it around, get some comments. You know, we want to know if we're doing a good job. We've gotten a lot of comments on the BattleTech videos, so you know, keep them coming. You know, we do pay attention, and we try to improve where we can. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and we will see you later.